Hello everyone and welcome back to Wrestling Backlash. Here is the recap of WWE Smackdown for Friday, April 19th, 2024. The crowd at PPG Paints Arena was a pretty nice one in the Steel City. The Pittsburgh fans were ready and excited for a fun night of Smackdown entertainment. Once again, the WWE had a sold-out crowd, and the fans in attendance and watching around the world weren't disappointed with LA Knight coming to the ring for the first match of the night. Pretty awesome start of the night with LA Knight facing AJ Styles for the #1 contender spot to face Cody Rhodes at Backlash next month in France. Both the Phenomenal One and LA Knight faced each other in the center of the ring as the bell rung to start the match. If you've seen their matches before, you already know these two wrestlers work very well together in the ring. After all of their matches this past year, you can just tell they have chemistry in telling the story throughout the entire match. A lot of speed, a lot of power, and a lot of high quality selling by both of them. The match ended with AJ Styles executing a phenomenal forearm from the top rope and pinning LA Knight to win the match and become the #1 contender for the match against Cody Rhodes at Backlash in France. So where does this leave LA Knight and his role in the WWE? Let me know in the comments section below what you think is next for LA Knight now that he is out of the running for the WWE title. There's still that question with the Bloodline now that the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is off to Hollywood. Solo officially introduced the newest member of the Bloodline, Tama Tonga. Okay, now some of you may be asking, is Tama Tonga related to Solo or Roman Reigns or even The Rock? The short answer is no, he's not related by blood to the Anoa'i family. But he did grow up on the same island, and both of their families know each other and have good relationships, and Pacific Islanders occasionally consider their fellow Islanders as relatives. So, I guess Tonga is a part of the Bloodline, even if he doesn't share the same actual bloodline, if that makes sense. So, anyways, the Bloodline is getting reinforcements, but the question still stands. Who is the quote-unquote tribal chief while Roman Reigns is gone? I guess we will have to wait and see if Solo continues to step up. Next up in the ring is SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis, who introduced Triple H to once again swap out the Tag Team Gold with a new era version of the SmackDown Tag Team titles. The Pittsburgh fans gave Triple H an absolutely insane ovation after announcing another sold-out crowd. This truly is a new era, and it shows with the massive crowds at the live events. The crowd wasn't as warm for the newest SmackDown Tag Team champs, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, or A-Town Down Under as they are now known. Their smugness was oozing out of the TV screen. Triple H showed off the new belts and announced them as the WWE Tag Team Champions. These new tag titles look pretty similar to the old school tag titles from a couple of decades ago. What do you think? Do you like these new tag titles, or do you like the old SmackDown versions? Let us know by leaving your comments below. As Triple H was leaning in to shake the hands of the new WWE Tag Team Champions, Grayson Waller decided to be a clown, which is quite easy for him, and didn't shake Triple H's hand, but shook Austin Theory's hand instead. Needless to say, it was a classless move, and pretty much no surprise from A-Clown Down Under. The next match of the night was the fatal four-way match to determine the #1 contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championship. The Street Profits, New Catch Republic, Legado del Fantasma, and Authors of Pain enter the ring to fight for the #1 contender's spot. I actually had my money on the Street Profits before the match started. They've been in the background behind Bobby Lashley for most of the year, and they've been paying their dues recently. The tag team division is stacked right now in the WWE, and it absolutely shows in this match. All four teams were great in this match, especially the New Catch Republic with some fast-paced moves and double ankle locks, and the Authors of Pain with a huge powerbomb on all of their competitors. All four teams were fantastic in this match, and it looks like my prediction was right, because the Street Profits end up winning the match and earning the right to be called the #1 contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championship titles, and will face Austin Theory and Grayson Waller at Backlash. Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman are next up in the ring to deliver their follow-up promo from last week. The Wiseman opens up with his promo stating, "I don't know if there is a list of the most brilliant backstage maneuvering politicians in the history of the WWE, but if there was a list, I would have to be in the top of the list, and you have to give Paul Heyman some credit. He is best of the best at what he does." As the Wiseman tries to continue with his promo, Solo grabs the mic from his hands and begins to cut his own promo. Solo mentions that he had to find a new brother after his assault on Jimmy. Tonga takes on that new role as Solo's MFT and drags a bloody Kevin Owens down the ramp and towards the ring. KO tries his best to fight back, but Tama Tonga and Solo went ballistic and just wrecked Kevin Owens. Paul Heyman has a terrified look on his face as Solo is making a pretty solid case of being the interim tribal chief for the Bloodline. In the next match of the night, Carlito takes on Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar ends up winning the match, but I have to admit, it was a pretty standard match with not much flash or excitement for me. It was just an average match and nothing really to say other than it was blah. For the main event of the match, it was the WWE Women's Championship match between Naomi and Bayley. It has been years since Naomi competed for a Women's Championship title, and all of her work friends were in the audience to witness this great match. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill sat right next to Damage Control in the suite section of the PPG Paints Arena. Of course, they were talking smack to each other before the match started, which is weird because Damage Control was yelling in Japanese and Bianca and Jade were speaking in English. So who knows what that was all about? As the main event started, Bayley and Naomi square off in the center of the ring, and the match was underway. It was 4 years ago since their last match together, and they both performed like they had been wrestling against each other for years. These two veterans gave the crowd a pretty good match, with Naomi giving Bayley the rear view move early on in the match. Naomi controlled most of the match, flying from the top rope to execute a crossbody on Bayley and keeping the action inside of the ring. Bayley hurt her knee while trying to block Naomi's flip from the top rope, but Bayley was still able to get her own move, the flying elbow from the top rope. The one time Naomi and Bayley were both out of the ring in the match, Bayley performed a flawless Bayley to belly on Naomi right on the commentator's desk. Right after Naomi slams on the desk, guess who comes in to ruin the whole match? Yup, that's right. Tiffany Stratton interferes with the match and clocks Bayley right in the face. The bell rings for a disqualification, and Tiffany proceeds to beat the crap out of Bayley and Naomi and drag them both into the ring to perform the prettiest moonsault in the business. Tiffy time definitely played spoiler in this pretty good match, but I can't lie. It was really fun to watch Stratton perform a double moonsault from the top rope. Overall, it was a great night for SmackDown. The Pittsburgh fans were great and energetic. The matches were fast-paced and the promos were high quality and told the stories well. These matches not only delivered spectacular entertainment, but also strategically positioned key wrestlers for upcoming title opportunities for Backlash next month in France. Thanks for watching, and leave your comments in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to see more recaps and wrestling news from our channel. See you next time.